See, the power of the mind is not a joke.
The obstacle is the way. And what I mean by that is the thing that you don't want to do. There's something that you desire. There's something that you deeply want within yourself, for the feeling that it's going to provide you, for how your life is going to shift, for how your life is going to change once you will have accomplished that thing, or you will have achieved that goal, or you will now have in possession the thing that you desire so much. But you already know that when you set out, like you have that desire, when you set out to obtain it, there are some things that you're not going to feel like you want to do those things. And why that is because it's something new. Your brain still hasn't registered that that is who you need to be. The who is doing those things in order for you to be one with that, with your desire, so that it just becomes natural and normal and habitual for you to want to do those things. What I mean by the obstacle is the way is those things you don't want to do, that seems so like that need discipline, that you need the little kick in the butt, you need the motivation to start doing. Well, those things are exactly the things that you have to do in order to feel the way you want to feel, to get to that goal, to achieve that goal, to attain whatever it is that you've set out, that you've desired for so long. For you to attain that, you're going to need to do the things that you don't want to do. And it's paradoxical. I know you don't want to do it. Everybody wants to do it their way. But in order to have what it is that you want, more than likely, the thing that you don't feel like doing is exactly what you need to do, because that's exactly the experience and the activity that is going to bring growth out of you and is going to naturally make you grow as an individual in order to be and to become the individual that can possess and have the thing that you desire so much, and for you to be able to maintain that, because you've not only done the things that you needed to do, but those things that you needed to do that you felt like doing or you didn't feel like doing, well, those things brought you up and they elevated your game and they made you into a better individual, into a better version of yourself. And you grew. And like the modus operandi of the universe is more life. And in those activities, well, you find more life because you expand and you get to know yourself more. And so when you think of something that you don't feel like doing, there is an obstacle in your way. Why do you feel like that is such an obstacle? Why don't you feel like doing that thing? Think of yourself. Like think of that for a second for yourself. Because why does it feel like an obstacle when if you pivot it from it, like when you pivot the frame of that thing being an obstacle, when you really sit and think about it, well, if you shift the frame into understanding and thinking of it as, hey, this is something that I have to do in order to get to what I want. Well, then, oh, we've just shifted and we completely transformed how our mind was seeing that activity or that action that we needed to take in order to have what we desired. But now we completely shifted it from a negative point of view into a positive point of view. So now what happens is that, oh, okay, well, hey, you know what, I might not be the best, but I'll start taking action on it. Whatever that obstacle is, you know what, I'm gonna set out, I'm gonna do it. It might be hard, it might be difficult, it might feel uneasy. You might not feel super at ease doing that at first. But let me tell you, if you start to repeatedly over and over again do that thing, and to literally move towards that obstacle and keep doing it and get better and improve every single day, making yesterday just and putting one front in front of the other and stacking brick by brick. Well, hey, my friend, eventually, and this is so true in my life, and there's so many instances in where, hey, things were so uncomfortable, and there's things, right? The treasure that you seek like hides itself in the cave that you fear to enter. But you got to enter into the cave. That's the first part. You got to show life that you're full of faith, that you're full of confidence, that, hey, no matter what it looks like right now, you believe in the universe, in yourself, and you believe that you have the power to become the version of yourself that you desire to be, and that you desire, and to be able to become the version of yourself that can have what they desire. But first, you got for the universe to work for you instead of against you. Well, you got to start literally taking action and literally going after the obstacle, because it's not going to move itself out of the way. You just have to look at the obstacle now as an opportunity for growth, as an opportunity to develop who you are, as an opportunity to know more about yourself, as an opportunity to get better and to improve. And that's because that's how life is. Life has experiences in order for us to grow, to know more of ourselves, like internally, externally, in relationship with others. But when you do that over and over again and the obstacle is there, well, after a certain time, you've done it repeatedly enough, well, then it sort of gets out. The obstacle isn't in the way anymore. And then what do you find yourself with? Well, you find yourself with the thing that you desired for so long because you looked at the obstacle from a positive point of view instead of a negative point of view. And beforehand, that obstacle was stopping you right in your tracks, and you weren't taking action on the things that you knew that you needed to do, but you weren't doing it because it looked like an obstacle. So it's like, oh, not safe. Let's not do that. I hate this. I don't like that. When everything is neutral, everything just is. There's no positive, there's no negative. Everything just is. So stop giving every obstacle in your life that you feel like you don't want to do a negative outlook, a negative outcome, a negative perspective, and let's shift it into something positive. That, hey, I understand this. I might be a beginner. This might be new for me. This might be something that I need to get better at. But that is an opportunity for growth. That is an opportunity for improvement, for self-improvement, and it's an opportunity for you to get better and to literally have more tools under your tool belt and to literally fulfill your full potential as a human being in this version of yourself on this planet in three-dimensional reality right now on this earth. But so why, like, that's the journey. And that's where the fun begins. And that's where you get to enjoy every part of the process. But the obstacles are always going to be there. You just have to become the person that the obstacles don't literally stop in their tracks, and that you're confident enough to be like, okay, there's an obstacle here. Let me find a way to get over it and get to where I want to be. Because the obstacle, you got to get over the obstacle. The obstacle's not going to get out of your way. But the obstacle is the way, because that's exactly where you have to go. So if it feels harder, if it feels new, if it feels like there's growth that needs to happen, well, that's more than likely exactly where you need to be. So I'm super proud of you for being on your journey, for developing yourself into the version of yourself that you can fulfill your full potential and become the person that you truly want to be. So let's keep moving in that direction. Let's keep making yesterday jealous. Let's enjoy it, but let's start today seeing that obstacle, to see it in a positive perspective and a positive point of view, and let's let go of that negative for the rest of our life. So as always, my friends, I appreciate you so much for taking the time to watch this, listening to this. Always a pleasure. Mid of the week, Wednesday. It's a great day to have a great ass day. But as always, I appreciate you for taking the time, and let's always remember to keep making yesterday jealous.